This is where we talk.
Oh yeah, am I meant to go A?
It's the big one.
Yeah. Gents, you guys good?
Uh, as can be, my brother.
Hey, I've never seen a smile
Under
that
the
big. I
current
know, I know he's home.
circumstances.
I know he's home and visiting, but I've never seen the
Yeah,
smile. It's like ear to ear.
dude, he even got a trim. Look at him, dog. Fresh trim. Hey,
He,
Shima,
he
dog.
took
No,
over.
it's
He took
it's
over
because it's
Trishal's
cheaper in
office.
PMP.
Oh, it's cheap at PNB.
It's
Hey,
cheaper in
is it?
PMP, so he's
No,
getting
that's the
everything
truth,
on there.
guys. That's the truth. Like 50 bucks.
Are you for
Honestly,
real?
50
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
Joe Burger
Hey,
must go
No,
into overdraft.
hey,
no.
dude.
Is it 15 or 50?
50.
Yo,
Yeah. For me to
that's
get like remove everything, it's like 20 at most. $20.
Yeah, but you
You
see,
must
you need
go. You
skill
must
to
go to
get this right.
CBD.
So
You must go to CBD in Guban. It's 10 rand there.
that's CBD.
Yeah. He cracked a joke about But anyway, let's talk football. I
So
saw what you did there, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. City's never been
Um,
in the late aisle. It clicks. Yeah.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Mm.
oh, is this Sika's show and his lack of hair? I refuse to grow up. But anyway, gents, how was the weekend? How was the weekend?
I know. Can't complain, man. Actually, I'm gonna complain, but
yeah, we
yeah,
all
just
got
in
hands,
life.
bro.
Yeah, we all got
We
hands.
all got hands
Besides,
this weekend, bro.
yeah, besides
Ah,
Shiva, of course.
I think I
Shiva
think
is,
I think
yeah.
let
It
let's
was a
start
very
from
good weekend, guys. Think about it. When was the last time you heard from an Arsenal fan?
Yo,
Oof.
thank goodness, bro.
That's
I
the
was
one
we were
good
speaking
thing.
we were speaking about Ngubane being a football group ho. So we can ask him, seeing as he's in multiple of these.
Yeah.
we're talking Arsenal, so we'll start off with the big question. Like I watched them this past weekend,
Mhm.
okay, and I asked myself, like who scores like during training? You get the last goal wins when you're training. Like
Yeah.
who's that player at Arsenal?
No, you see what happens is because last goal wins it, they're still training by the time they have to get onto the bus.
I,
That's
I
why
can
they
I
look
can
so
believe
tired
that.
in games.
Nana, I can believe that. And maybe they use like a different ball and because I watched them this past weekend, and I firmly believe that Saka and his corner kicks makes Arsenal because I don't see them going in the middle. I see them coming from this side, like sides,
No,
and
guys, it's it has to be those young guys, CK. It has to be those. Have you been to Arsenal page? The only thing they speak about is Nwaneri and Skelly.
Scaly.
Yeah, Lewski.
They're the only people they speak
but
about.
that's
So
that's like the new in thing. That's the now
Yo,
thing. That's
Tulani,
like
man. Ish.
sounds like he's
oh
opening a
fuck.
packet of condoms, but it's fine.
Yeah,
That's the new.
No, Ngubane, it's been a while since you opened condoms. They don't sound like that, my brother.
It sounds rubbery.
yeah.
But anyway,
Sniff
um,
it.
these kids that they're speaking of are kids that were discovered this season. It cannot be that kids that were discovered this season, guys. Ateta is 5 seasons deep as the manager. Why are we speaking about kids that are this season? Oh, they're the potential that these kids have. We've passed the potential stage with Ateta. It's delivery stage now. He has to give them something. Like, and I'm not being bitter. I'm not being a London that London is blue, and I'm taking that aside, and I'm just looking at Arsenal. And what scares me the most is the delusional that exists amongst Arsenal fans. I don't know if I'm the only one who sees it. They remind me of the Man U fans of yesteryear. When I say yesteryear, I'm talking like pre-COVID.
Mm.
Before they made their peace.
Yeah, before we've made our peace that we whack. But yeah, I do get you, saying it's a very common theme. It seems as if
Oh, what? Good
You
evening.
know, yeah, good evening.
He's
Yeah,
a
good evening.
Liverpool fan. That's why you guys will get along.
You know,
Oh yeah,
I have a theory, right?
yeah,
And the theory is that um, Arsenal they built their style of play to counter Man City. So they basically studied how to beat Man City in order for them to excel, right?
And
The
have
only
night.
problem now is that this season they're not competing with Man City. They're
That's the
competing with
thing.
Liverpool. So that blueprint that they created or Arteta created to try to dominate the league has backfired on him.
yeah,
And the main reason it backfires on him is in the small games where teams just sit back. Those
yeah,
teams just sit back, wait for Arsenal. Declan Rice is not going to find a through pass to someone's feet. He's not a creative player. He's not going to try to scoop the ball.
yeah.
And if you checked on Arsenal's page as well and Arsenal TV, they all want Odegaard's head. They want
Mm.
Odegaard's head for his poor performances since Saka has been injured. In fact, since he's come back from injury himself, Odegaard, he's just been a shadow of his former self.
And
For me, it
I
was
feel for the kid. I honestly feel for the kid because unfortunately, you cannot carry a big team like Arsenal for 2 3 seasons without feeling the pressure. To be performing at that high level for that long for such a young kid. How old is Odegaard?
Probably mid-20s by now.
Yeah, it's now
But
mid
he's
20s,
been around since he was 16, so
he's only
16.
like 27. That guy's old.
takes his toll.
Nah, I
Yeah,
don't think it's 27. Someone just let me just double
yeah,
check.
Let me
I'm
Google it,
googling.
Swag.
yeah,
And
And
I'll check, yeah.
and the ask is like he needs to carry that whole team. And I
Yep,
think
he's 26, bro.
shit,
26.
yeah,
1998.
winning the league is
yeah.
a shared burden, if we're being honest. You
Yep.
need to share it across the whole team. Everyone must chip in. Um, and I get it. Injuries are a thing in football. Injuries are you have to get to a point of understanding that you cannot make excuses that, oh, we've had so many injuries, oh, this. Fans turn on you because of injuries. You could be a Spurs right now where injuries have like literally decimated their squad. Like I had a look at the injured players. I think there's about 12 injured players, and it's starters.
Yeah,
I get it, but I'm like, yo, Eng, do something.
yeah. I know, but you see, Sihle, and we can't compare Spurs and Arsenal. Remember Arsenal last season? They said that the only reason why they can't win the league is because Pep is in the league, right? That was the main excuse from a lot of Arsenal fans. And now things have
Pep is not
changed.
in the equation.
Pep is no longer in the equation. They beat Pep 5-1, and now they're up against first timer. You know, all of us never expected Slot to be in the position that he's in this season. You know, whether it's league
From
or
the jump.
Champions League. Yeah, whether it's league or Champions League. I mean, it's incredible what he has done at Liverpool. But yeah, Arsenal, man, it's back to reality, dude. At the end of the day, no one celebrates second. No one remembers who came second. In 2008 at the Olympics, when Bolt won and broke the world record, who came second? I don't think you guys can
Fuck.
tell me who came
It was
second.
that short guy. Wait, I'll tell you his name.
Who?
The American.
Akane Simbine.
Kanye was, I'm sure, still in high school in those days. But I'm just saying,
His name
like,
also
Ah, yeah.
started with a B.
is it who, bro? You see, but you see, for the mere fact that you're going, its name started with a B
Yeah,
is pretty
it's
much,
there. It's
Like
yeah.
there.
if you're second, you're the first loser.
Yep.
100%, dog. And you can't go, yeah, I've achieved something. You haven't achieved anything. You see, United are 15th, right? Should United win a trophy this season and Arsenal don't finish second and don't win anything,
Who had a successful
Wait,
season?
wait, 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 X.
yeah,
Didn't we have
Don't
this
listen to this
conversation
guy.
last year?
This
Yeah,
is the
nah,
conversation from
yeah.
last year.
wait.
Exact
No,
conversation.
we talk about, oh, no, but I'm not saying my team is in a better off position, but I'm talking about at the end of the day, as a fan, you want to celebrate a trophy. Like
Yes,
Future said,
but
I won a trophy.
but a trophy must not distract you from your current situation.
It does
Yeah.
right
And
now.
that's
It
the
does.
Can't be
biggest
like
problem
Wigan.
with
No,
it.
it does.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, it's not going to distract me. I know where United are, you know. But if I'd win a Europa, I mean, Tulane dog, if we win Europa, dog, man, that means we get to play Champions League Super Cup. You know, it's something, Joe,
With that
and it's a
team, are you
trophy that
telling me
Arsenal.
you want to take that team to
So
Champions
wait.
League?
So wait.
Hey
So wait.
man,
Please
So
don't.
wait. Hold on.
Like, don't embarrass
And I
us.
know
Please, bro.
I know it's a conversation that we've had before. Tools wasn't
Yeah.
part of the conversation. Tools,
Yeah.
the question is or was, but actually it still remains. If right now Arsenal finish second, United finish 15th, like let that sink in, but you guys win a
Yeah.
trophy.
A Europa,
Who's had a better season?
Tulane, a Europa, dog.
In terms of the cabinet, or in terms of
Everything.
We as a fan base, we're sitting there and we're bantering. Who's had a better season? Second, 15th with a trophy.
you see, the 15 make it
Say
sound bad,
Europa.
bro. The 15 makes it sound bad.
Okay, so, okay,
But
This
okay,
is not rocket
okay.
science, my guy.
Okay,
Look
10
at
plus
Arsenal for
5.
sure.
No, it's
10
not
plus
Arsenal.
Last time.
It's not Arsenal, bro. It's us,
I'm not
bro.
hearing
If we would
X. Is
win,
it just me?
can you hear me,
Yeah,
guys?
it's just
Nah,
you.
it's just you. We can hear X.
No,
Okay,
guys.
let me come
What I'm
back in.
saying, you know, I get what you mean, cheese. With this current squad we have going to Champions League, yo, I'm also scared. But dog, if we win a Europa, this is a trophy that Arsenal has never won, by the way. So I can easily banter an Arsenal fan and say, "Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that." That's what happens whenever they go to Nottingham, whenever they go to Aston Villa, whenever they go to Man City, Liverpool. Which other English team won a Champions League?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Nottingham Forest. Did you say
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest?
Nottingham
yeah, I did say
also did.
Nottingham and Aston
But
Villa.
yeah,
Yeah,
Tools, you
those
were
are the
saying.
chants, bro. That's the chants we're gonna sing to them. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. And
You can still
yeah,
sing it to them now, though.
well, it would be nice if we win it now because of how terrible we've been this
We
season.
are.
Jeez. Oh, Jesus.
But
Bad.
X, do you think your
Bad.
team? Okay, wait. I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked here
Let's
because
not get sidetracked.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, finishing second is an achievement when you are finishing second to City, who's getting 100 points, right? Finishing second to this Liverpool team that's not as good as that City team. Like, I'm not never going to make that argument. On top of the fact that look, the league's not won yet, but if you still go and finish second, you were favorites at the start of the season, and now you finish second. That's
Hey.
where my argument is on who would have had the better season.
I think
Because-
everyone is with you, Shivar. Where if we really think about it, the minute that City fell off, it was viewed as, oh, shit,
Arsenal need to do the business now.
Arsenal
Yeah.
take over, and Arsenal decide no, we prefer
Just
the
didn't
second spot.
They just needed to do what they did last season, and the title was theirs.
I don't think they needed to do what they did last season, because remember last season, come Christmas,
Well, it was April. Come Easter, Arsenal and Easter, they have a bit of a.
I think it
'cause
just goes back to what
Jesus
you're saying.
Jesus got injured in and around that time, and he went. Okay, I'm not gonna crack that one. But yeah,
I think it always goes back to what you're saying about who's gonna score the goals, bro. You know, I think they putting the Marino guy now up front now, expecting him to do the business, because obviously Kai Havertz isn't working. They're trying all sorts
He's
of
injured.
things.
Kai is injured.
Jesus. Jesus also is barely available as well, or something like that. You know.
Yeah, Jesus
So I'm thinking
is
like-
out. He's out for the rest of the season, ACL injury. So you're looking at plus minus 3 months also into the new season.
The main thing for them is where the goal's coming from, bro. You know, I know it's
But, like,
terrible
guys,
for me to
it
say
cannot
as a
be
United
Tools. It cannot be that we still having the same conversation in 2025 where
We
they
had this
had the
conversation in
opportunity.
January. No, we had this conversation in December 2023 where it was Vlahovic at that time. We
Thank
said,
you.
should Arsenal just spend that 100 mil on Vlahovic?
Nah, not on
Who do they
Vlahovic.
think he'll?
Vlahovic is
But
killing my
But no,
club.
no,
And
this
it's
is this
yeah,
is
but
this is two
remember
seasons
at
back.
that time he was on form and
oh
he
yeah,
was
he
the
was.
available
Yeah.
striker. And the argument was, if they think Vlahovic gives them the title, then they should.
Mm.
They didn't.
Because
And the
I
same
look at
thing
them.
happened this year with Osman and Watkins, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
Shiva. Like I look at them and I'm like, for you to win the league, okay, in as much as you're going to dominate set pieces and corners and whatnot, you do need to score open play. One thing I loved about
Yeah.
them last season is that when they went in with the goals, they went in. But I don't see one player that's a 25, sorry, not 25, 23 goal per season player. I
Where the
don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
difference is,
Nah,
You know
it's
there
what
in
is.
the,
games like that where you just need someone who you can rely on to put the ball on the net, the back of the
Where
net.
it's a 1-0 win against Stoke, where it's wet,
Yeah.
it's miserable, no one wants to be there. One goal and that's it, settles it.
If they
I'm just-
scored in the 20th minute, even if that was that striker's first touch, and he was shit the rest of the game, they score at 20 minutes. Now West Ham have to change their style of play, and then they
Thank
can
you.
just pick that apart and win 3-0, and it looks routine.
There was Liverpool yesterday against City. Sorry, Tools. There was Liverpool against City yesterday, where the minute that they scored the second goal,
Yeah,
City
done.
didn't have a choice but to open up. And the minute that they
Yeah.
opened up, they started picking them apart, like literally slowly but surely picking them apart. Where you just take Salah and you put them in the corner. And I know we're not supposed to be talking about Liverpool right now, but it was their game plan. Where you put Salah in the corner and he just sits there. And then all you do is you pin those long passes to
80
him. His
yarders.
first touch, yeah, his first touch we know is brilliant. And
And
the minute
Aki,
that he
guys, I'm
gets under
sorry.
control,
Aki is twice his size, but Aki just could not deal with that man.
no, man. I mean, no. I think I'll get to the. I struggle with. There's a lot of players that. Have you ever done a group assignment, and you were the worst in the assignment, and there were guys that were very good, and those guys carried you through the assignment. The league has players like that, like quite a few, and I think Liverpool has a few that I can mention, and I know I'm going to irritate. Man City is starting to have aging players that are 18.
that are,
I don't know if
is
it makes sense.
no man.
End talk.
This guy.
No.
No more Castle Light for you.
Let's stick to Arsenal. Let's stick to Arsenal.
Yeah.
No more Castle Light
Jeez,
for you. But
you're a bit late on that one.
Ah, shit.
but you know what?
I should have stopped a few years ago.
The funniest thing I heard today at work was I have an old West Ham fan. He's like freaking 50 or something at the office. Sorry for saying that if he's watching, but he he literally said we beat Arsenal with all their strikers out, including Isak. So basically, the thought is that even if Arsenal went for Isak, we would probably be injured by now because of the way Arteta trains his team. It's
Nah, but
you can see like a
we
lot
have
of
to
the
give
guys
it.
in that team are runners, dude. It's a
Yeah.
team of athletes. Everyone is big and strong, and they sit. I mean, a lot of Arsenal's results rest on their defense, and the difference between Arsenal and Liverpool is that Liverpool as well have a very strong defense, but they also have a guy who's scoring 25 goals and 20
And
assists in the
they
season.
and they also have a middle that is starting to wake up. That
Yep.
middle, that Argentinian boy, fucking hell.
But even Gravenberch, bro. Yo, I think
Yeah,
Yeah, he's come
Gravenberch
right.
also.
Gravenberg has come right.
and I
He's
mean,
always had it, bro.
Now I
I
don't want to
mean,
blow these guys. I don't want to blow these guys. Yeah, he's already like that number 10 of theirs. But
Is
I
this
think yeah, go for it, Tools.
is this us saying that Saka is the difference between Arsenal competing for the league or not? Because that's the
No,
only really thing that's different between them this season
Even
and
with
last season.
Saka,
the
even
So
with
strikes.
Saka,
maybe if Saka
when
was
Saka,
around, would
no,
they
but
be as
when
bad
Saka
as they
was
are
around
right
and
now?
Odegaard wasn't, they won games, yes, but they looked poor as well. So I think they need both of them on song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they also
because
need and they
because
also need
Shiva
a
because
striker.
Shiva because Shiva Odegaard is the guy who picks the passes,
Yep, to Saka.
and Saka is the one who will then go and finish. So
Hmm.
they still had a problem with someone who's going to score a lot of goals last season, but it's very evident now that with those two guys off form going forward, they rely a lot on the set pieces. And now with Saka not there, and then um, Declan Rice not being as effective as they think as a number 8 or box to box, they deal with a big situation in terms of goal scoring. And if they go and buy a striker, is that play going to change? Because the biggest problem, I think, when City was starting to play really well and dominating, we we had one striker who was scoring goals, and that was Aguero at that time. But we always needed two tens who were able to unlock defenses. We
Yeah.
risk a lot by having one center holding midfielder with Fernandinho, and before that we had guys like Fernando and so forth. But the idea was always, in order for you to win league titles, you have to score goals. You have to score goals, otherwise you're just a mid table team sitting at the top of the table.
But I think also Mourinho at Chelsea defined that you have to score goals, because I think there was a point where Mourinho made sure that Stamford Bridge was a fortress where he could win a game 1-0, and then he will go double decker that shit with the bus. And I think that's one of the seasons he won the league, where we scored the least amount of goals for a champion winning side. Yeah, I think the stat is like
Yeah,
that.
but didn't you
But
guys concede
I
like 11 goals? It was crazy.
Yeah, that
that's
was
the
like,
other
yeah,
that's the flip side of that, in
that's
that it
Tyrion
was a
Cavallo.
fortress. Yes. Um, but my view is, this time round, something different happened at Arsenal during the transfer window in Jan, where everyone was seeing this glaring thing that, yo guys, you guys need a striker to carry you over the line. And the board were hesitant. The manager wanted a striker. But I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to see that actually the Arsenal board is comfortable with Champions League season in, season out.
Yeah.
For them, the money's sorted.
Hmm.
The aim is never to win it. They can try and push whoever is there, but for them, Champions League is top priority. And if they achieve that, objective achieved.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I'm too hard on
You're
them,
not, bro.
but they had an opportunity to buy a striker. I look at this kid that went to Saudi. He ended up going
Tony.
for Duran.
Duran even.
Right.
No, Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony. They can argue and say Tony's old, and they don't want an old player.
Tony's not that
There's a
old.
question that I'll ask also. No, he's 28.
Prime
There's
years.
also a question I want to ask also on an old player. But yeah, he's an old player, but he's got bags of experience and he's got goals in him. Duran was a 70 mil player who decided to go to Saudi. They could have, if they wanted, and not play around. I don't know. I can't remember who they offered 40 mil for. Was it Watkins?
So apparently Villa, before the Duran signing, Villa said, come get Watkins 60 mil and he's yours. And then Arsenal waited for the Duran offer to come in for that 70, and then they went with 40 mil to Villa. I'm like, how
Fucking
dumb can
hell.
you be?
Ah,
They were
fucking
happy
hell.
to let Watkins go because they had Duran as a backup. All you had to do was come with your money.
So then, simple question, and I was watching highlights Bundesliga this weekend. I know that the Hurricane is injured. Come next season, okay? Arsenal finished second. Would they go for Harry Kane? He's got a 50 mil buyout clause in his contract right now. He's got
Would
goals in
he
him.
go for Arsenal?
Nah, you would never do that. Do
Yeah,
you think you would?
I honestly think Harry Kane picks up a trophy at Bayern and then goes back to Spurs to chase some Schindler's record.
Yeah, same here. I don't think or he comes to United, Those are the two teams.
Somebody go back to Spurs.
Or it goes to
For
Chelsea.
Shearer's record. Because
Or
everybody
goes to
clowns him
Chelsea.
that.
Mm.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't see Kane at Chelsea. Maybe.
But you'd
I don't think
flourish
he'd
in
go to a
Chelsea.
London club.
He'll come to United, bro.
Here's an
No.
Arsenal fan.
We'll have to sell Hoyland. Hey, Hoyland has
No.
to fucking go, man. Like,
No,
He
man.
won't come.
Hoyland's got a
He won't
10-year
go to
contract.
United.
Yeah.
Yo,
I have to give credit to the coach for pushing team 15 games unbeaten.
yeah.
The board is the one that they honestly had a chance. Yeah. I think I agree with Tadupi on this. I think this sits with the board, which makes me deduce that they comfortable with Champions League. As long as they
Yeah.
get Champions League, because Champions League is money.
Yeah.
And they don't really have to put in so much investment to push for
They do.
the league.
They do. Listen. So the biggest problem with not winning trophies when your team is really good is that those guys age.
Quickly.
Yeah.
You look at Van Dijk now and Salah and all of those guys. This is their big season. They're way above 30 now. So they need to win this league to sort of consolidate what they've been doing for the past few seasons while City's been dominating. So that instance is what's going to kill Arsenal now. We just saw Odegaard now, he's 26. 2 or 3 more years of him not doing well is going to create a
Hey,
big
cheese.
problem. But
Iscom
Ladies
came
and
for you.
gentlemen,
Let's switch off
ladies and
the lights,
gentlemen
guys.
that are
Let's
watching
drink
from an
cheese.
international perspective, this is what we
drink
call
cheese.
load shedding.
Yeah. That's banging the cheese, boy.
you also out, or you just
I switched off
communicate.
the lights. I just switched off the lights. Don't stress. Bro.
But
No,
it's fine.
the weird part with Arsenal is that they never learn. I don't know if you guys remember what City did to Arsenal and the elite players. And this is during Arsene Wenger time, where they went and they literally took them apart. I can't remember I'm trying to remember how many players, but I can remember 4 if not 5 of the elite players that
Nasri,
City went and took.
Clichy, Sanya. Who else?
Adebayo
Adebayo.
Oh, that one.
and Kolo Toure.
Nasri.
Nasri
Nasri,
was
Nasri, I said
warning for
first.
you
Colo
guys.
Torre.
Yeah.
No, not Colo. Yes, Colo.
Yeah, Colo.
Colo.
Yes, Colo.
Yeah,
Colo.
Toure.
And
We have a song
they
for
they
him.
don't seem to learn.
Kolo Toure. We have a song for him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, now is being a delusional Arsenal fan. We don't need Watkins Duran at Arsenal. We need a proper young elite player. The
That's
thing is,
Brits. My guy. Just.
I'll do one good for him. He can have Hoyland and Zed.
You can have Hoyland.
Yeah, Hoyland. They can have Hoyland. It's fine. They can have him. They don't even need to pay a fee for him. They can just have him, donate him to them. Hey, Hoyland.
but I think the Isak one, guys, was a simple one. We know that
That guy's
No,
not
it's
a
Newcastle.
lot.
not a simple one.
It's not a
That's
simple one.
You have to
I
break
think
the
it's a
bank
simple
for
one.
Isak, though.
You have to.
Yeah, no, but look, no, it's simple. It's that simple. I think we spoke about this in that he knows for a fact that at some point Newcastle or Arsenal is a better side as compared to Newcastle. If they went in and said 140 mil to Newcastle and tell the player,
Todd
Let me
Bowley
counter
not
that.
I
doing
say
that.
100,
Let
140
me counter that, right? For either Chelsea or Arsenal, let's say Newcastle win the Carabao Cup and qualify for Champions League. Would
No, then
Isak
you've
want
lost.
to go to a Chelsea or a Arsenal?
That
Even
no,
if it's
now we've
150
lost.
mil, if the player turns around and says, nah,
Here's my answer. This weekend, when Declan Rice went to take a corner, the fans told him you should have signed for a bigger club.
Yeah.
That
That's
is what
crazy.
Isak is looking at. If he goes and
Yo.
face Newcastle and they do a 3-peat, 4-peat second place.
Yo.
That's what they're
So the
looking
West
at.
Ham fans that were singing that to
They were singing
Rice.
to Declan Rice. said you should have
Exactly.
signed for a bigger team.
Yeah.
That's why Arteta had to sub him because he was just out of the game after all those shots.
Oh, dude.
And maybe I'm a simpleton, but I think 140 would have done that deal.
Now it was never. Remember, dog, the owner of Arsenal, this guy, what's his name? Stan Kroenke.
Cronky.
He owns the Denver Nuggets, which are a phenomenal basketball team at the moment, as well as the LA Rams. So those two franchises, he prioritizes them, especially the Nuggets, because the Nuggets are actually they won the NBA title 2 seasons ago, and they have the best player in the NBA currently, which is Nikola Jokic. So his focus is that mostly. It's not.
It's the
It's
same
not
thing.
Arsenal.
It's the same thing that's happening at Man United.
Yeah, with the Glazers. Even though Tampa
Yeah.
Bay Buccaneers are shit, bro, they are a terrible NFL team, which I don't like. I think they're the worst in my opinion. But I don't. I think our owners, bro, they just don't give a damn, bro.
I mean, our owners have the Red Sox, not the Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox. The Red Sox have
Boston,
one. Yeah,
Boston Red Sox. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But clearly, you guys have proper structure. You know, your owners clearly hired the right
Yeah.
people to take over
I think
your organization.
I
Because
think the difference is our owners, as bad as like they've made mistakes, but they do take feedback from the
yeah,
fans. So I think that does help.
yeah.
But they've also made some good decisions as well. I get called a top red for defending them and an FSG apologist when I try to say things like there's more to being an owner of a football club than spending transfer money. Aside from the transfer piece, I think our owners have done a really good job.
Here's one for you. Isak is a Liverpool fan. I don't think you'd spend that much money unless you sell Salah
No, unless they sell
to Saudi.
Nunes.
It's
Remember,
Nunes.
down that's
they
got to
spent
go.
100 million
No,
on
but
Nunes.
Yeah.
No, we
how
did
much
not
you're gonna
spend
get?
100 million on Nunes. It was firstly it was in euros, and secondly it was including add-ons that obviously he's not going to
He's
meet.
not gonna
So
get, yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not our most expensive signing. He
Yo,
could have
but
been, but he's not.
yeah, because you see, if you guys would retain Salah, Van Dijk, and then add on Isak, ooh,
No, then
that's
That
but
would
then you're
be
gonna take over
so
Europe.
yes, like
Tools before
Yo.
you jump off. Is it done for?
Yeah.
Is it? Are we engraving VAR on the trophy? Can you hear me? Jules, can you hear me?
Oh, too.
I can hear you, bro.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
up?
saying, are we calling it a day? Are we engraving VAR on the trophy and handing it over to the Merseyside guys and calling it a day?
Yeah, Liverpool, bro. You know how we spell it, bro. These guys. I think Masbani can fit. There's no other way, bro. It's been written for them. Slot is the new big thing now, so let him have it.
11 points ahead. I don't see Arsenal.
Europe as well.
I don't think it's done yet. I think
Oh fuck!
Ah,
There's the fake humbleness
Arsenal-
shit coming out.
These
Arsenal
guys,
play
bruh,
Forest.
here they go.
Arsenal play Forest tomorrow or Wednesday.
away or
Did
home?
you watch Forest this
Away,
weekend?
Forest away.
Did you watch Forest?
We just spoke about how Arsenal can't score.
I did watch Forest, but Arsenal play Forest and we play Newcastle. Depending on how those results go, then I'm happy to say it's done. And
Yeah.
I want it to be done as early as possible because I want to release players for the Champions League. So get this done. It'll probably be another couple of games before we can obviously start resting players, but Arsenal have Forest, United, Chelsea. Now, we know United's going to throw, but Chelsea
No, we
will
beating
never
them.
throw
What?
again.
What?
Now, you guys are going to throw. You guys are going to throw.
Hey, listen
Um,
to this guy.
Forest will want to finish above them, and Chelsea
never
will
know.
have
Pride of
some pride.
London.
Will
Yeah,
have
you
some
never know.
pride going into that game. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I see it. But
Mhm.
is it done? No, it's not done. It's not done.
I think it's done, bro. I think it's more than
man.
done.
It's a
And
wrap.
as well, it's gonna
wrap.
be at a point where you guys don't even need to. Have you guys played them again? Or you just only
We
play
play them. So I think they're our third last game of the season. Our last three are Arsenal,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Brighton, or they three of our last four or something.
Like
We
this
play them
season,
towards the
Shiva.
end.
like if you look at this season, you look at from number 8 going up to 4th position.
Number
Team,
10. 10
number
to 4th.
yeah,
It's 5 points.
it's 5 points, and teams are canceling each other out, bro.
Yeah.
So the advantage for you. Teams are actually beating Arsenal for you guys. You guys don't necessarily have to do much. You know, that's the reason why I think Liverpool are going to run away with
I
this.
want them to clap for us. Personally. Arsenal. I want them to clap for us. Personally. That's
Out
what
of
I want.
honor and shit.
I don't know if
Hey.
it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen. But
Yeah.
it would be nice.
Is Chamberlain
you-
still in
you-
your squad, bro?
You
No,
are a
Chamberlain
cold.
still in your squad.
You are a
Oh,
cold
no, he's
motherfucker.
fine.
You want them to do a guard of honor for you.
yeah, they must, dog. They did that for us for RVP.
From here on, I'm not gonna call you VAR. From now on, I'm not gonna call you VAR. I'm gonna call you Mr. Petty, because that is like low petty. But I think
I
we've
know.
given enough airtime to Liverpool. Let's
What?
move over.
Excuse me?
No, fuck,
We have not talked about my club properly yet.
we have. We said you're gonna win it, and
No,
we're
we've
moving
been
on.
talking about Arsenal. You guys just want to say, yeah, they'll win it, and then let's move on with our lives. No, there
But
was
it
a
really
very
isn't.
brilliant performance for us to discuss.
By who? Tell us, Shiba. Brilliant. By
Well,
who?
by a man who deserves one of these.
Why does he deserve? Oh my days, this guy. I can't
I
believe
came and I'm taking it back with me. And
this guy. This guy, jeez, dog.
It kicked him. It kicked
I
him
know.
out.
I know.
Did you see that, dog?
You are definitely. CKN definitely paid him, my brother. You need
I
to
know
do
he's
Nah,
no, that's
dude,
the
like,
ultimate.
from here
dog.
on, you are Mr. Petty.
Wow, Siobhan, dog. I hope I do. Hey, hey. Okay, I know we hear you, my guy. We hear you, bro. But yeah, talk to us about him. Let's hear him speak about his goat, bro. He's always posting, the goat every time. Yeah, but yeah.
look, okay, just at that game, he didn't receive a lot of the ball and he wasn't totally influential, but he probably had or received the ball in a good position 5 times and he made all 5 times count. And I think now he's at that level where you don't need him, or Liverpool's probably at that level where we don't need him in every single defensive action. But we need him to do the business where it matters. And I feel like he's been doing that the whole season. He came alive when he got the ball against Aki and then spun him. He came alive when, he saw that the defense were pushed up and were on the counter. And he came alive for that corner routine that, I don't know, my team was capable of taking corners properly.
No one was. No one
And
was.
yeah, exactly. I think this is the first corner we scored since the game against Arsenal. That's not a dig. That's just, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's good because it means he's not running himself into the ground. Late on, he did have to play right back a little bit, but Salah has to win the Champions League to cancel out Rafinha. Tato, what do you know about winning the Champions League? No, guys, let's be honest here, right? Even if Rafinha wins the Champions League,
What's going on with this guy?
Barcelona are probably not going to win La Liga. In fact, Madrid are taking La Liga. My worry isn't Rafinha, it's Mbappe who has just picked up lately. And
No.
yeah,
As
let's
someone who watches
not
La
be
Liga,
negative. Let's not be negative.
As someone who watches La Liga, that race is wide open. I don't
Yeah.
think it's cut out. It's not cut out.
You
What,
think?
I saw that the
Even
point
Atletico,
difference
bro.
is.
Yeah.
I think
There's no
but I
point
think
difference.
Barca played a game more.
Yeah, there's literally no point difference. It's all the teams are literally head to head, including Atletico. And the problem, Shiva, with Real Madrid is Real Madrid in La Liga have not beaten Barcelona and Atletico Madrid this season.
Yeah.
So for
at some
them,
point they're gonna be
they are
playing them.
basically, if it were to end today, those guys would lose the league. Because La Liga is not like
Oh
Premier
yes,
League. It's
because it
head-to-head.
doesn't work on goal difference.
Yep, it works on head-to-head.
Mm,
Oh,
you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Well, guys,
Okay.
am I taking this back to Joburg or am I leaving it here?
Wait. Why does
Just to show at the
why does
background.
Thistle have that?
Yeah,
Why does Thistle
yeah.
have that?
And he's also got
He's
Charmander.
reminiscing the old times, the
Yeah.
good old days when it was
CR7.
Charlton. No, not even Charlton, Best, and Law. That's what he's thinking about.
Ah, okay. So
Those days,
not his goat, because I saw him mention his goat somewhere in the chat here.
That one. Yeah, so we're segueing now
Yeah.
to this team of ours. Okay,
They tied 16 now, so I can understand why
we 15th,
Tools was
bro.
upset earlier.
We 15th. We 15th. Please respect us. Okay.
Tied
This,
tied for
I wish
16.
I wish this
Yo.
thing was like Teams where you can invite someone,
Mm.
like forcefully or invite someone. You know how Teams does
Yeah.
when you don't
Yeah.
want to be in that meeting and someone just calls you in.
You just
Yeah.
dial them in. Yeah. But yeah, with regards to my team, guys, we all know that Man United are not on the pitch, we're not a big team. We're a big team from a commercial standpoint, but on the pitch, we are awful. However, I don't like, for me, my biggest concern with my manager right now is I've got a better squad than Everton. You know, as much as the guy doesn't have the players he truly wants, but we have a better squad and team than Everton. Like on paper, we are better than them, and the way we are set up, I mean, it reminds me of Eric Ten Hag. Players are so far apart from one another. It's like every time a player breaks, they are alone. You know, and there's no structure in my
So
opinion.
wait, no, there is structure. He's playing what, five at the back, or is he playing three at the back?
I'm just talking about this man to man pressing requires guys who can run. Casemiro is not a runner, bro. He's not a runner.
Ericsson is not a runner.
Ericsson has
Bruno's
never
attributes,
been.
I don't
Is
see him
Ericsson still
running.
there?
Who?
Who?
Ericsson.
Ericsson. Yeah,
Yeah,
still on the. He was on
When
the
was the
bench,
last
bro.
time he
Still the
played?
heartbeat. He's still the heartbeat of the team when it
Yo.
comes to passing the ball.
Sihle in.
What?
Oh, you heard what he said, guys.
Um,
Okay, anyway. Go on.
is he playing three at the back, or is he playing five at the back?
It's 3 at the back. But the thing is
There was a manager, a Chelsea manager, Conte,
yeah.
who was the last manager that I recall that won the league with playing three at the back.
I think he's the
And-
only one that's won the league playing three at the back.
Yeah, it's only him. It's only
Pep-
him, bro.
Pep kind of did for a little bit, but that was because he didn't have fullbacks.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you see,
he bought fullbacks and moved to a back four.
you know what I like? What
now
you
that
talk
I
about?
think
What,
about it, yeah, because
Yeah,
I was
you-
personalizing
yeah.
it with Arsenal. Sorry, with
Yeah.
Chelsea. Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right. He's probably the only manager in recent history who's won the league with three at the back.
yeah,
And
Shavar
with
just.
your-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No, I was just saying, Shavar hit a nail on the head right now. You just said that Pep used the back three when he didn't have any fullbacks. So he looked at what he had and played the team according to their strengths with what he currently has. You know, unfortunately, our manager is very stubborn. He wants to persist with this current formation, and we can all see that it's not working at this present moment. I'm not saying that it will never work, but it's only Dogu, in my opinion. Dogu fits in perfectly because Dogu understands the formation. He wasn't bad, in my opinion, and in that game, he was the one who
It's
was
almost like
decent.
it's almost like your Emery
Yeah.
guy has said, you know what?
Mm.
Yeah, whatever happens this season happens.
Mm.
I need a transfer window, and I get scared when a manager says that,
Mm.
because you in as much as you can't polish a turd. Have you guys seen who's that boy that you sold to West Ham? Your winger.
Wan Bissaka.
Wan Bissaka.
He
Have you seen-
assisted the goal for Boeing. He's the one who actually crossed it in.
And he was viewed as he wasn't good enough for the system. So I get worried when managers are that specific that they need this kind of player, because unfortunately, you're not like a spoiled
but he
brat where you
plays.
are going to get everything that every kind of player that you want.
Yeah, but we have to look at it on a tactical basis, right? Amorim is a very tactical coach, and we brought up Pep and his example, and we brought up Pep's example because Pep has the right players to understand what he needs to do in the middle. The problem with Amorim, and X makes a good point. They have two tens, or inverted commas, in Xerxes and who was playing on the left hand side of that 10?
It was Bruno who played. Yeah,
Bruno. And then who played in the
yeah.
two? It was Casemiro and
It was
Ugarte.
Casemiro and Ugarte.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in terms of getting those guys closer to each other, that's the idea. To get those
yeah.
guys closer to each other so they can play and pick passes through. But it's not materializing. It's just not
Yo,
materializing because I think those are not the right players that Amorim needs. And to be fair, Gubane, if he can sign Dogu, who comes in and he fits into the team, and he finds another three signings who come in and fit into the team in a similar fashion, then it's a different story that we speak
Danko.
about United, right? And
But
I'm
I
not
take
I'm
your
not
point.
saying they're going to be not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm saying
Mm.
that United need a rebuild. As much as every club, Chelsea had a rebuild, City are having a rebuild now. Liverpool went and spent money. They got a lot of players who came into this situation, and
And
now
this is
they're reaping the benefits of making those
and
signings.
this is for all three of you. How many players do does Man United require for them to compete?
Before we even get there,
Yeah, you
what
can go.
happened to coaching players? Because who was that left back? It was a centre midfielder, cheese, that you guys had bought from Villa, and Pep coached him to be a
Delph.
serviceable Delph.
Delph,
Pep
yeah.
coached him to be a serviceable left back,
Mm.
right? He wasn't great, but he could do a job for you guys, right? Um, Ferguson, and I know I'm mentioning the top managers here, but Ferguson, Tom Cleverley. Remember when Tom Cleverley looked like the best midfielder in the world, right?
Yeah.
It's just someone being able to coach a player. Raheem Sterling couldn't take a first touch. Now Pep showed him how to take a touch on the half turn. Um,
Mm.
Ryan Gravenberch's another one. We needed a
Yeah.
six. We didn't sign Zubimendi. Okay, it's fine. We'll just coach Ryan Gravenberch.
Yeah.
Gini Wijnaldum was an attacking midfielder. Klopp turned him into one of the best water carriers in the league.
Thank you.
Mm.
What? Why
To your
can't
point,
you
to your point,
coach those
Shiva,
players?
to
How
your
many
point,
Shiva?
Shiva,
How many coaches must coach those guys? Those guys who
I
have
Oh,
been in
that's
that
another
team.
issue, right? That's another
yeah.
issue. They're not respond if they're not responding to coaches, then I would say it's the player, but then I see players leave United and
and they
respond
shine.
to those coaches. So what's
Mm.
happening?
Me guys, I have a solution. Mid block. Literally. If we're in a mid block, we wouldn't be where we are currently. I'm not saying we would be in the top 4 or top 8, but we wouldn't be this bad. You know,
Yeah, but it's but it's
that's
it's it's debatable, man. X.
yeah,
I watch United all the time. Well, not all the time, most of the time, right? And you look at United defensively. There's just too many what if and
And
hesitation in the
almost.
defense. Yeah, it's
mhm,
too much hesitation in the defense that creates a lot of problem. I mean, there's a game I was watching United. De Ligt wins the ball. He wins the ball and he kicks it straight for a throw in. Out for a throw in. That throw in comes back and it's a chance for the opposition team. They get a corner.
Literally gives it back to the opposition.
You see, you guys have Harry Maguire as your central center back, which should never be the case. Yes,
yeah,
he's good at communicating. He
but he
shows
doesn't know how
a
to marshal.
leader. But if I'm playing center back with Maguire, and this is the same thing that Ronaldo had a problem with. You look at this guy speaking, you're like, bro, your voice is bigger than your ability.
Yeah,
Harry Maguire looked, I won't say world class, but looked like a very good centre back at Leicester when he was playing next to Johnny Evans,
yep,
and he won Premier League Player of the Month
And then
for
he had a player.
United,
Who did he have in
playing
front of
next
him?
to Johnny Evans, right?
yeah,
That tells me he is a very good defender and he has the ability, but he needs a leader next to him,
100%.
right? Johnny Evans is that leader. Delict maybe can become that leader in a few years' time, but he's not that leader yet. So if Johnny Evans is 50 years old and injured, which is not his fault because he's
No,
50
but
years old,
no, but wait, Shiva.
um, who is the leader in that back line? Because it's
No, but
not
wait, Shiva.
Delict, it's
Wait,
not
wait, wait.
Maguire.
But the Ligt took that Ajax team from oblivion to
Mhm.
get all of those guys signed around the world. He was the leader of
Um,
that team.
no,
It was
didn't he have
kids though.
Didn't he have Daily Blind next to him?
Yeah, he did have Daily Blind, but remember,
There's your leader.
but they never Daily Blind never got a big contract in another club. He went to Girona
Yeah,
while
because
everyone
he
went
was
to
like 35 years old at the time, and
yeah.
he's like
But
five
guys,
foot something, and he's a centre back.
but
So
guys,
again, Delict
Daily
looked like
Blind
a
played for
world class centre
United.
back playing next to a leader.
but guys,
Daily
like
Blind played
the
for
funniest
United,
thing, the
and
funniest
he was
thing
one of the
ever,
worst players ever when he
No,
went
he
to
was actually
funniest
United.
really
thing
good
is
at United.
you guys saw that better goal, that ping pong in the United box.
Yep, yep.
That describes where Man United defense is right now.
Ngubane, you are a keeper. People are
Yes.
hitting the ball in your 6 yard box, and you're not even once going to punch someone's head. There's no way, bro. Even if it's your own player, you go punch his head. You tell him, "Hey, my fist is harder than your head." You punch that ball further than someone
You
headed
make
it.
sure.
Because I watched it. It goes from who headed it? It was a United defender. Hit
They,
back
it was
into
Mazraoui.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Mazraoui
Mazraoui.
heads it back into the danger area, and then what's his name?
Beto.
Harry decides to not head it with his forehead, but more his. We call it
Yeah.
sukakai. I don't know what the English term is, but like
No,
if you
but
hit the ball with
before
sukakai,
that,
where does it go? It goes up.
before that though, Hoyland is supposed to head that ball.
Yeah, and he
When
didn't
when
even.
that ball is headed back in, Holding's supposed to head it, he ducks. He did some other weird duck thing. The
Ash.
ball went to Maguire. Maguire couldn't clear it because
Mm.
there's no pace on the ball for him to hit head that ball well.
Yeah, but
But
Maguire
in
headed
everything
that
that
ball
we've spoken
twice.
about, I do not blame defenders in a ball that's in a situation where the ball is in the air in a 6 yard box.
But I
There's
think
no
that also
way
speaks to the confidence of the keeper, where
of the
it's not there.
team, the team, the whole team.
The whole team, bro. We low on confidence, bro. We really are
Someone
low
has
on
to take
confidence.
responsibility.
Yeah, dude.
And it can't
Dude,
just be the manager because the manager is not giving instructions to play ping pong in your box. I didn't see the goal, but
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't know if
it's the man. That's not the manager's instruction.
I
But
don't know if you
Shiva, who
saw
picks
the
the team,
manager's
though?
press conference where he says first 45 they didn't show up,
yeah, they're non-existent.
second 45 that's when they showed up, and I think one of the journalists asked why. He's like, you're asking the wrong person, and there was
Mm,
silence.
Yo,
damn, that's a damning response, bro.
hmm. It's a
Yo,
very good response. It's a
yeah,
very good response. Like
yeah.
it's one of the reasons why X you're gonna hate me for this, but it's one of the reasons why I think you guys have to keep Bruno because he at least tries. Yes, he gets it wrong, right? I'm not denying that he gets it wrong, but he
I'd rather
tries
have
to
that
take
player. I'd rather
responsibility.
have a player that gets it wrong than a player
Yes,
who
but he's trying.
like hides.
Mm,
And Bruno doesn't hide. He makes the mistake and he owns his mistakes and he stands up and he takes it. And yes, he cries like a little baby. But once he's done crying, he gets up and he's trying again. He's failing. I'm with you. He's failing. But
mm,
He's
as Sifle
he's not
said,
a he doesn't make a great leader. He's not a captain. He doesn't have the
yes,
captain ability. Um,
but you know what you're gonna get. You like he's gonna if all 11 players had his attitude, you'll be not 15th. You'll probably be like in that mix of
14th, like somewhere
teams
there.
that are.
Yeah,
No, no,
14,
no. You'll
13.
be in that mix of teams that are like 5 points off fourth, like looking to get two in a row. I genuinely think so because I remember X. We had this debate when Pogba was still around, and it was like
mm.
if Pogba had Bruno's attitude, then he'd be the player that we all think he should be. But he doesn't, and that attitude counts for something. It's leagues are won on that attitude.
My problem is that
You
if
you
Bruno
speak.
Fernandes
Yeah,
goes to any other team, he becomes a 20 goal, 20 assist kind of
Thank
player.
you. Yeah.
in the right
It's just,
environment. I mean, we've
Yep.
seen him even in Portugal. I mean, now my argue with Bruno wasn't to say that he's a terrible player. It's just I don't think I just feel like we tend to overhype our players way too much as United fans. Like look at how we overhyped Rashford. When he had that breakthrough season in inverted commas, we thought he was the next best thing, only for him to go back to default settings. And so for me, it's that, bro. I just think, man, there's a lot of things that need to take place at the club, and not just only on the coaching side of things, but even as an organization. I mean, you guys saw that we're opening up a tuck shop. We're gonna have vending machines. We're no longer gonna have a canteen. We're gonna have vending machines there. It's pretty much that. There's something wrong that's happening in the club, and this thing would have been fixed if we actually got rich billionaires, bro. But we chose to sell to broke billionaires, and now what? Broke billionaires are cutting costs.
Guys, X, you already have an Arabic owner, so just
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll close this off on an hour. Like when you hit the hour mark.
Yeah.
You make me laugh, X, when you speak on. So when I saw the initial report, I thought maybe it's a joke. Banter. It's Monday. You guys have just you drew against Everton this past weekend. Sure, fine, Everton, Moyes, but they're on the up. And then I'm seeing Sky's running with the story, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is real. But basically, they've said the English have said at United only the senior players will get free lunch at the canteen. So all the other players, be it development, I don't know if the women's side is part of this, like all the dev guys, and the women's side, until I'm corrected, have to either bring lunchbox, or they have to pay at the canteen. And I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, I get that you want a cost cut, which is the one thing that I struggle with. Why are you doing it at the bottom of the bottom and not doing it at the top?
yeah.
Um, because
Yeah,
I
but you
think
can't.
about
You
it,
can't.
you
These
No.
guys, these
You
guys
can
sign
fine
contracts.
Casemiro 2 weeks' wages, and that probably covers more than the amount you save from
Yeah,
that cost cutting.
yeah. They definitely need to change that structure. If you're not in the match day squad, they need to give 50% of your wages. You're not in the match day squad, 50% of your wages needs to be cut.
Yeah.
And that's where they need to
'cause-
cut. The only problem is that these people are signed contracts, bro. You don't want those lawyers, those agent lawyers, coming at you for those specific situations.
Yeah.
but it's revolting. I get it. I know Christmas they went and they cut the stewards bonuses in half, and this is someone who's going to be getting, like, I think it was like £100, and you're saying no. I'm giving you a 50 pounds, and I'm like, you then
Did
have a.
Bruno offer to pay them? There was something where Bruno offered to pay,
He
and the
can't.
club said
He
no?
can't do that. He can't do that because that's going against what the club is trying to instill going forward. That it's expected that but come this Christmas, 2025 Christmas, um, the stewards know that they're going to be getting £50, or £50 becomes the starting point of whatever it is they do. It's revolting. I get it was in good. It was in. It was Bruno tried it in the moment and whatnot, but he couldn't. He couldn't go against what the club had decided. But like,
But
Is it
how many
also think
cents?
about it,
How
right?
many? Sorry, let me just finish this train of thought. How many cents are they going to be saving?
Yeah.
As compared to
No.
up top? Because
Well, put
they're
it this way: if
sitting.
if
Yeah, go for it.
Bruno could cover it and he was happy to cover it, what does that tell you in relation to player salaries? What they were saving,
Yeah.
right? Obviously,
Ba-
it's less
So
than what
basically,
one player can do.
Man United is like South Africa. It's the
Yeah.
it's the
This.
world with two extremes.
Yeah.
It's the
And
super rich and the
yeah.
super poor.
And as
Yeah.
well, you also forgot there's also zero meritocracy in our team, in our squad, or our players just don't. They're not incentivized to perform at a high level. They are comfortable with what they are currently earning. Hence, Luke Shaw, just he plays whenever he feels like playing. I don't believe this
Nah,
guy's
but
injured
like,
anymore.
no, man,
Ah,
don't mystify, man. He's injured.
but that
Is
got-
Malasia still there?
who
Malasia.
no, he's gone.
I think they
he
sold him.
left?
He
Yeah,
left.
So
yeah.
all this
Low.
guy did was prove that he's not made up and prove that he isn't like a Ponzi scheme or something. And then left.
Edge, dude. Yeah, they sold him.
But they're already saving half of Rashford's wages. Aren't they paying like 50% at Aston Villa?
Yeah,
Hey,
I
bro,
don't
it's
think
bad,
that's enough.
guys.
I think Pizarro might hit them. They in trouble. They in
Who?
trouble. We see you, Trishan, at the back there. But yeah, they are in real trouble.
Yeah, we in
And
trouble. Jeez, and Fitz. Financially, we're not actually making like profit. You know, I think like our balance sheet is just all over the place at this present moment,
Yeah.
bro.
and I think
And that's what
the
Ineos are
position
trying
the
to
position
fix.
that
It's
they're
gonna
on
get
right
worse.
now,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
the
gonna get
position
worse.
that they're on right now
Yeah, it's gonna get
is asking
worse.
for trouble, because I think there
Yeah.
are fines with Adidas. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
fuck. I was reading an
True.
article. There are fines with Adidas that if United get a certain position, um, then Adidas as the sponsor can go right ahead and fine them. And
I
if they
don't know if
don't
I agree
qualify
with
for
that though.
what do you mean? It's performance
Because
based.
yes, it's performance based, but what the
100.
advertisers are looking for is views, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at a team like United, even if you're in 15th, you probably even get more views still because
Yeah.
then you'll have all of the Liverpool fans looking for some comic relief.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, what?
I don't think performance, and that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but I don't think performance impacts United's views. They're just too big of a football club.
Well, Southampton had a Netflix show, and look at them right now. They like right there at the bottom, and you don't see us bothering to watch them because the only reason we watch them
Because
is
there's Southampton. They're not Man United.
Yeah. That's true.
I think
Newcastle-
Man
Newcastle got
United is
views in the
unfair.
championship,
Mm-hmm.
right? Newcastle. And Newcastle is, okay, a big team, but nowhere near the size of United.
Yeah.
Also, what I was going to say on the whole cost cutting thing is, guys, we've all worked in corporate and we all see what happens when the canteen prices go up. We all feel that dip around the whole company, right?
From 25
Now-
from 25 rand. I'm not mentioning company names. From 25 rand to it's skyrocketing for the schnitzel. It's skyrocketing to 50 rands.
Yes,
Ah, it's now
Yes.
50.
50.
It's 55 now.
50. And they're going to give us X. They used to give us 4. They give us.
Yeah.
They give us.
What's
Imagine.
happening, guys?
Imagine, right? But anyway, let's put that
Yeah.
aside. Let's put that aside. As you guys can see, the complaints are massive, and now, if it's the stewards and if it's the backroom staff and if it's the people that the players are seeing, like the guy that greets them at the door, like they probably got rid of that guy now, and now it's
Mhm.
we got a doorstopper over there. But if the players are not or have that attitude from the time they get into training to the time they leave for the day to the time they get on the bus, because now the bus driver probably also got his salary cut or he lost some type of benefits. What's that going to do to the team?
Yeah.
Mm.
Right? Are the players going to want to be there if the staff don't want to be there?
Yeah, no, it makes the environment more toxic, bro. I'm with
Exactly.
you on that shit, bro.
And we're already saying that the issue at United is not the player and it's not the coach, or players and it's not the coach. It's the environment.
weird.
So why make
Shibari,
it worse?
You've just made me think about it. Corporate, whenever we say, guys, we tired, and then how corporate thanks us for making over 60 billion for them is give us pizza. Where it hits different. For someone who's making minimum wage and for someone who got like 100 mil bonus, when you give like you get pizza. For them, it's like fun and games. For us, it's like we exhausted and they give you pizza.
Yeah.
It's exactly how Man United is being run.
Ish, dude. I know. Ish, man, you dog. It's still gonna get worse, bro. I'm telling you guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. You know, I mean, psychologically, I've made up my mind. I'm just riding the wave, and I'm not acting like I don't watch the games. I still do watch the games, but
Is there even a wave on 15th?
there's no wave, dog. It's yeah,
Will
man. It's,
do.
when you're walking to the ocean and you're just putting in your feet, yeah, and the wave is just
Yeah,
it
I
sucks,
think I
bro. It
think
So
sucks, bro.
so Ngubane, I see what you're trying to do here, ne?
Mm.
And it might not work.
Yeah,
So can you segue to Chelsea? Uh,
yeah,
no,
that
Ishai,
that
I have to go.
yeah. Just for
the
five
time
Well
minutes.
there,
spotted,
Just for five
cheese.
minutes.
that time
Well
Yeah,
there.
spotted.
yeah. Let's segue to your teams. Okay,
Talk
dog.
to me, Nguban. What's happening?
Guys, can I go
Ah,
first?
gosh.
Bubani?
Go.
I
Give
thought
me
I
my
thought
shots
I won't
together,
in
comment.
the
Nguban.
first half. In the first half, I thought Pedro Neto playing as a striker.
Mm.
Hey, you guys,
False nine.
he was stretching. He was
Genius.
stretching the defense. Yeah, he was stretching the defense, and he was causing a lot of issues for who's this guy Matson. On the yeah, on the he's a left back. Yeah, so he was causing a lot of issues there, and as well there was also a clear The thing is that Nkunku, the issue with Nkunku playing at nine is that he crowds the area that Palmer normally operates.
Yes.
But him going out wide and Neto playing as a false nine, it allowed Palmer to operate in that area. So in the first half, there's also that pass that Palmer did, that through ball. I thought you guys were looking promising. And in second half, I don't know what happened, bro.
No, but I
Manager
also want to interject, right?
Unai.
Because
Unai.
I
Yeah,
watched that game. I watched that game, Max. Now,
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
me, there was a lot of interchanging of positions because they had three midfielders already, three
Mm-hmm.
defensive type midfielders in Reece James, Caicedo, and Enzo,
Mm,
right? Which means that the front three could be as fluid as they wanted to.
yeah,
Cole Palmer doesn't want that. Cole Palmer wants to be the 10 and he wants to be able to maraud around the pitch.
yeah,
So if Neto was the one who was marauding around the pitch because he was on the right, then he was in the
yeah,
middle up front, and then he was one dropping in to spin in behind to get in the runs. But there's already three guys, four guys if you include Palmer, all wanting to occupy that same space, which creates a lot of confusion with the team. Right? Now, with that confusion, opponents are not going to let you sleep. Opponents are going to keep pressing on that specific situation. And Aston Villa isn't a shit club. They are going to eventually find a
Yeah,
gap
with
to
that
score the goal.
manager, that Unai manager.
Yeah, they're always going to find a way to score the goal. And the fact that you they couldn't like stop um they couldn't stop Tillerman's play. I think
mm,
Tillerman's had a lot of opportunities where he was literally dominating the midfield, and McGinn was just there to clean up after him because you see McGinn
We
yeah,
committed a lot of
we
fouls in
reverted
that.
to fouling him quite a bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that created the problem where I saw Chelsea and I'm like, well, they need to decide who's playing where. Otherwise, they're going to lose this game, and they didn't, and they lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
My, my,
But
my
even
view my
yeah,
view is a simple one when it comes to Chelsea. So you can get away. Okay, so you choose a tactic, and it's a new tactic that no one has like seen your team play. If you get a pub manager, they won't catch on in time. By the time they catch on, they've shipped in 4 or 5 goals, and it's the 70th minute, and the game is done. It's now damage control. But what happened is we did this against Unai. I respect Unai. Like Arsenal really with
Fumble.
that F word. He's a
Fumble.
brilliant manager. Halftime, he picked up that, oh, this is how these guys are playing, and what I can do is 1, 2, and 3. And his team came back. They did that, and it was a game of two halves. First half belonged to Chelsea. Second half belonged to Villa. And unfortunately, they just had the momentum than we did. And with us, for some odd reason, The
And an
game
actual
plan that we
goalkeeper.
had was the game plan that we had was the game plan that we stuck with. There was nothing. There was no plan B.
Yeah, but
Plan C.
Ngubane, you guys actually have a keeper crisis now.
Yo,
No, I don't
a
think so.
hectic one.
I don't think so.
No, that goal though. That goal you
Ngubane,
conceded.
if
I'll
your
allow him.
keepers
I'll allow him.
are being rotated, you have a keeper problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
The goal that he conceded was a stupid goal. I'll allow him based on what
There's no
Sanchez
difference
has.
between that and what Sanchez does when he's playing.
No, but like Sanchez
There's no
has been
difference.
given it. Sanchez has been given a chance, guys. Like Sanchez has pushed quite a few months, and for this kid to come in and make one mistake and you judge him on that mistake and say he's the same as Sanchez, no, that's very unfair.
No. We're not judging. We're saying the same mistakes that made Sanchez go to the bench are the same mistakes that your keepers committed in the
Mistake,
past 2-3 games.
mistake,
No,
mistake.
even the last game. You guys didn't win the last game, didn't you?
Yeah,
So
they
you can
lost.
think.
Okay.
But it
can
wasn't the
think.
keeper's fault.
I know it's been a while because I'm considering selling Palmer in FPL. So
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey,
you're not
same
alone.
here,
been a
bro.
while.
Because it's worth a lot, and yo.
Mm.
I don't like having those big hitters in the team. I just feel like
You had Haaland in your team. Shut up.
I don't have Haaland in my team.
Anymore.
I've only had Haaland for the first 10 to 15 games. When we started losing 3 in a row, he was gone.
I'm taking Tato's point here. Unai, did he fail at Arsenal? Because I feel like
No, he didn't.
Arteta won that trophy with his team.
Yes.
Yeah, with Unai's team.
And plus, it's very difficult because Unai just took over after Wenger, so it's very difficult to make that transition. Did he did
We've
he do it against
spoken- we've
Liverpool? No, but is it a
We've
failure? I
spoken
don't know.
about
But
this.
No.
We've
Yeah.
spoken about this, that Unai was not given time, no backing from the board. Unai is a better manager than Arteta.
I think he
Fire
was given
countryman.
time. I think he got the time, but I think you're right about the backing.
Yeah, he
Also,
wasn't.
if I remember, Tato, please correct me if I'm wrong here. If I remember, the board backed him by giving Aubameyang a new contract. And as soon as Aubameyang got the new contract, he basically
Decided to call it a day.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting my timelines mixed up, but I think that was the board backing Emery. And I think the same thing happened with Lacazette as well. So maybe
And
it's a
then-
timing thing, but
And then
we can all
Arteta
agree that
comes
Unai is a
in.
better manager than Arteta.
Yep. And then Arteta comes in, wins a trophy with that squad, decimates the front
nice.
striking guys,
Yes, sells
gets
them.
rid of Arteta, gets rid of.
Over, you mean?
Okay.
It's the
This
Casa
thing just
light speaking.
disconnected. No, this thing disconnected. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then he gets rid of like recognized strikers, and Arteta's never signed a recognized striker. I don't know if you want to argue with me. If you do,
He
go
let
play in
go
traffic.
of a golden ball winner, my brother. Golden boot
Thank
winner.
Thank you. And then if you're gonna tell me that Kai is a striker, go play in traffic. But
Jesus?
Wait.
winger,
My brother,
Striker
we cannot-
adjacent.
a Chelsea fan cannot speak about Havertz because they bought him first in the belief.
yeah, and
that
then
he
we
was
sold him
going
for
to-
Yeah,
70 mil.
But geez, he won the Champions League with him. He scored the goal
Yeah.
that won the cup.
Yeah, but freaking hell, bro. Jesus. Literally, it's like speaking about
We won-
that speaking about that
Cheese.
Champions League that Real Madrid won where they broke Salah's arm.
They held him like this.
It's the same
That-
thing.
that
I
one still
still
hurts.
maintain that goal that Bale scored is better than the one Zidane scored. So
Yeah, that
we
bicycle.
can't talk about that one. Yeah.
I know that bicycle was out of this world.
Jeez,
though.
remember the reference I was making on you can't polish a turd? Our manager was able to win the league with Timo Werner and
League, Champions
Kai
League.
Hadvit.
The Champions
Hmm?
League. The
Champions League.
Champions
Yeah, your
League.
front three was Mount, Werner, and Havertz.
Yes, the
Yeah.
same mount.
Where's
that's
Mount,
sitting-
X?
I don't know, bro. He's
He
just
got
another
injured again.
one.
Luke Shaw
No,
somewhere.
he got injured again. Remember?
He's the another one who needs to bounce. But a lot of guys need to bounce at that club, man. Like yo.
But he was not
But
so injury prone at Chelsea.
Which makes me think the training
yeah,
that he has done there.
but Chelsea, they eat actual food, bro. You heard that United, they're having they're giving those
Let's
guys
call
like
it.
fruit, bro. They're like giving
Yeah,
them
Yeah.
fruit.
they give them go slows, bro, as
That
Yeah,
was
they
snacks,
give them
dog.
fruit
low.
and
Give them go slows, dog.
yeah, that's what they're having there, bro. And how do you
Uh,
expect guys to not get injured? Um,
I think
but I
we
mean,
can, we,
if and obviously we going back to United here, but if you're rebuilding, you need to rebuild with actual players. You can't be playing Harry Maguire when you sign any Loro for that how much
dude.
for that money, because
Yeah.
I mean with thingy out with the butcher out, you'd expect him to be playing on the left hand side because he has a bit more pace than
Yep.
either De Ligt and thingy. And Mazraoui should not be playing at centre back. Should not be playing at centre back. In fact,
Don't know
they
what's
should not
going
be
on at
playing a back
WhatsApp.
three. But another problem that Ngubane has that we don't speak about is his defense is shit.
up. No.
Chelsea's defense is shit. I
Yo.
look at Gusto, bro. I don't know why he always has to be running, but that
I
man is
remember when
always
you
running.
guys tried to tell me that Gusto was better than Connor Bradley.
It was Onke who said that. I recall. Onke liked Gusto a lot. Maybe it's
Yep.
Yeah,
because of the
tell Onke.
surname.
Onke
Gusto.
is watching. Onke, we miss you. Please come back. I know
Please
Chelsea's
sort
not
your
doing
audio
great.
out.
Hey, bro, Onke takes the Chelsea shit personally, bro. He's like
I know,
Mike.
right?
Mike gets very touched, bro. You know, at times
But they
that's the
killed me
I,
in
times
that.
he,
I get Mike though, because
yeah,
he's used to
yeah,
a trophy every season, almost. No, actually,
true.
not almost. I think you guys did average a trophy every season under Roman,
Yeah. If
and
not,
then
if not,
gone
the
now.
manager has to go. Like
Yeah,
Roman could fire a manager after winning them Champions League.
which he did do, and now gone. When was the last time you won a trophy? Was it under Roman?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about me. All right, guys, let's call it. I need to go now.
All right, I
Yeah.
know.
I saw what you were trying, Gubani. The energy
Tryna
has
Well
run
died
away.
after
spotted.
you
I
started
tried
speaking
enough
about
Well
years.
Chelsea.
spotted.
That's why you're sitting in darkness. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch on the inverter. I wanna go play some Fortnite.
Right, have fun. All right, guys. I think we can call it keyboard warriors. Much appreciated. Time and time again, you guys are here. Tato P, at some point we need you as an Arsenal because you're the only Arsenal
Yeah.
fan that we know of. You need to represent your
100%.
team, and then you can, yeah, instead of just like Jacob
Yeah,
Zuma. But
come take some digs at me. I've taken enough at you. Come, hit me back.
mm, I think we can call it beautiful
Hit
Monday,
me,
guys.
baby,
Show was
one more
brilliant. I think we can
time.
call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we forgot to say like, comment,
Yeah, like,
Comment.
subscribe,
comment,
and all of those
share,
things.
subscribe, help the brothers out, guys. Please. It's
Ah,
a belief.
we used to it. We're gonna call it, guys.